This is Kelly Hill, technology reporter with RCR Wireless News. I'm here at IWCE 2018 with Dave George, who is president of Pryme. Tell me what you guys just introduced at the show this week.
Well, we've introduced a number of things, but the thing that I think we're most excited about is what we call the Pryme Pico, which is our first wired headset for smart devices like Apple devices and Android devices that has the ability to trigger and manage the push-to-talk command for a POC app by directly communicating into the device with a digital signal. Okay. So actually inside, this is a Pico here.
And you have it right there.
Yeah. So there's actually a microcomputer inside of this, and when it talks to the phone or the tablet, it sends digital messaging into that tablet, which can trigger the push-to-talk command of the app, like the POC app. And in the past, this was very difficult to do because of hardware limitations of the way the phones were designed. Yes. Especially on these consumer phones, they don't really have a dedicated push-to-talk wire, if you want to think of it that way. Yeah. So it took us a little while, but we figured out a way to reliably trigger that push-to-talk command. And that's going to be super nice for our customers because there's no more of the, like with the Bluetooth devices, it's kind of complicated. You have to go into the control panel, you have to pair them, you have to link them, you have to keep them charged. And when you have a large number of users, like in a hospital, hotel, university, or something like that, it's just much easier if you have something that just plugs in and works. Yeah. So that's what the Pico does. Just plug it in and it works. Yeah.
And you designed this originally for like a hotel use case, yes?
Well, I gave you hotel as an example because it's a real example of one customer that we had that bought a lot of Bluetooth, hundreds of Bluetooths, found out that it was just unmanageable, and then asked us to come up with a solution. That was about 2 years ago, and of course since then we've seen many others that have come forward. And I think this is just the first iteration of this because this is something people wanted. It's a surveillance kit, with a classic Secret Service thing. Yep. But we can actually change the top of this to 5 other different kinds of earphones. But I think in the future we'll probably just take this technology and we'll put it into a speaker microphone, we'll put it into a motorcycle kit, or into all kinds of headsets and stuff like that, whatever people want. I mean, the one thing we try to do at Pryme is we just basically build what people want. That's our thing. We don't try to invent something and then convince everybody they should buy it. We have a lot of customers and they're constantly saying, we wish you could do this and we wish you could do that.
Now, what impact do you see LTE and FirstNet having on devices and accessories for public safety?
Well, I'm as a technologist, I'm an engineer. I do believe that it's coming and it is going to be deployed in large quantity. LTE is such a broad term. I really kind of can translate that to just saying whatever at the time is the best broadband technology that's currently out there. It'll be LTE, maybe it'll be 3G, 4G, 5G, 11G, don't really know. But it doesn't really matter. It's like with our phones. We don't really care what the technology is. What we care about is how fast are they and what services do they provide. So I do think that the beauty of the FirstNet initiative is that it brings together this large opportunity that's going to create enough of a marketplace that it's going to attract a huge amount of investment by manufacturers to develop hardware and to develop software. And so I think it will come. I think all of the issues that will come up along the way, and there'll be a lot of them, will be resolved. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I do believe it will be resolved, just like it is in cell phones. We all have one today, and we all couldn't live without it. I think we're going to see the same thing with FirstNet.
Okay. Well, Dave, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thanks so much. Okay. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.